Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your good guy here, PrinceOnyx, and I am here. Hold on, and I am here to deliver my I am here to deliver my season 2, episode 3 Empire review for the episode Fires of the Heaven. Well, Fires of Heaven, rather. So we start off this episode with the district attorney Roxanne. She's outside of the courthouse and she's speaking with the press. And of course, you can already tell that she is pissed off and she is highly upset because Lucius got off because his new lawyer Thirsty has bribed the judge, and yeah, he pretty much bribed the judge, and it was just like, yo, like, either let Lucius off or these pictures are gonna come out and pretty much your secret will be out. So, he got off on a $1 million bill, which of course he can pay that, it's no problem. And so anyway, next we see that the press ends up swarming and flocking to Lucius, Jamal, and Thirsty. And then, Cookie, in the meantime, she goes to Hakeem's apartment, finds out that Valentina, who's the lead singer of Hakeem's girl group, is there. And then she pretty much tells Hakeem, like, this is the unsung episode waiting to happen. I like how they did that reference with unsung because they've done, bands in the past in different episodes. And then it's always like, the reason why certain people in the band or the group ended up leaving is because the lead was either messing with the manager or the head executive or whatever whatever it's called. So, well, not whatever it's called, but they were messing around with the people in charge. So I like how they put that in there, that this is just another unsung episode waiting to happen. That was funny. Then next we have Hakeem, who has an interview with Sway. It's similar to how, it's kind of sort of similar to how Jamal had an interview with Sway last season. And pretty much he also tells her that Lucius is out. Cookie tells Hakeem that Lucius is out, but of course of course Hakeem is not scared of Lucius. He really does not care. Like, he is very ruthless and unapologetic and very reckless when it comes to his father. He does not care at all. So she pretty much slaps him and just tells him to get it together, and that's that. She gives him a good old famous cookie slap and then tells him to get it together. Now, next we have Lucius, who Roxanne pretty much made it to where he cannot enter his own building. So he cannot enter Empire Records at all. So what he does is he addresses the press, and he addresses the press, and then of course he disobeys the laws and he enters the building, and then I think he did get arrested, but no, not really. I can't really recall. Wait, what's this? No, never mind. Anyway, Lucius addresses. He turns around and addresses. No, wait. I'm reading my notes and I had wrote it too fast. Yeah, he can't enter the building because he will end up getting arrested. So there we go. He ended up addressing the public outside, and he just lets them know, "Long live Empire," yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Nobody really cares. Nobody really cares. Next, we see Hakeem is performing a new song at the interview with Sway. And, Cookie is recording his performance on her phone, and just, she's excited because it's like, they're finally getting Lion Dynasty off the ground. They're slowly but surely, building some steam, and they are just doing the damn thing. So, yeah, they have the interview, and then Sway decides to call Lucius, and then, during the interview, and Hakeem just pretty much throws shade at his own father. He just lets him know he's not afraid. He will be taking over, and, Lion Dynasty is here to stay, blah, blah, blah. So next we have, during the interview he mentioned his Latina girl group, and he was saying how, oh yeah, they ready to pop right now. But of course Cookie was doing like this, like, no, they're not ready yet. What are you doing? Like, but of course Hakeem wasn't trying to, adhere to what she was saying, because then what this ended up doing, you know what? Listen, I got my notes, y'all, but I won't really lie. I'm kind of tired, and it's just like it's been a long weekend, so I'm gonna be a little bit here and there and all over the place. But it's not like we can't rewatch the episode. You know what I'm saying? So let's just do this review recap, and let's just get through it nice and easy. So pretty much, he mentioned that that the girl group was ready, when in actuality they weren't ready at all. And so this ended up forcing Cookie to have to step in and pretty much make them record a song so that they have a single out. It took them some time because we got Valentina over here being a diva, and she feels that she's entitled to be that way. Because why? Because she's fucking the boss, aka she's screwing Hakeem, because she done got a little taste of Hakeem, and now she's head over heels for him, and she's just like, oh, da 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 da, I don't want to sing this no more, I don't want to do this. So anyway, Cookie just pretty much put her ass into shape. She just let her know that, oh, you want to be Beyonce so bad, but y'all don't want to put in the work to be Beyonce. So you know what? And in turn, that line could have really been changed. It could have been like, oh, y'all want to be famous like so and so. You could have used other examples other than Beyonce, but that's just me. I really don't give two shits about whoever feels some type of way because I said that. I said what I said. Let's move forward. So anyway, she has them exercising and putting in work and getting the choreography together. The song is cute. I like it. The choreography was good. It was down packed. They made it do what it do. And then, in the midst of this, Lucius pretty much, because Andre, he's trying to flock back to his father. He's just like, oh, I got an idea. You can buy up all the radio stations. You can like merge with these radio stations and, buy up all the urban radio markets. Da 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 da. That way we are in control and make more money. All the stuff since Empire is going public. So of course, Lucius ends up getting it in his head that, oh, I can use this to, like, in a sense, blackball Cookie and her company so that they crumble and shrivel up. Because at the dinner, he's just like, oh, yeah, if y'all come back to me, all will be forgiven. And, I'll forgive y'all for the hostile takeover and all the stuff that you try to do to me. And, Cookie with the pillow trying to smother me. I'll forgive all of that. And he pretty much made it so he basically what he broke it down to was that Cookie basically can't eat without him. But in actuality, she's always going to do what she does because without Cookie, you wouldn't even be where you are. Which then let's go ahead and skip to Jamal because he's in the studio having a difficult time with different producers, A-list producers, yada, yada, yada. And Becky just let him know, look, you need your mother. Point blank, period. And then the shade was how Lucius was trying to tell him the shade was how Lucius was trying to tell him that, oh, you need a god to produce you. In actuality, he doesn't need a god to produce him. He needs a goddess. And who is that goddess? I almost called her by her real name. The goddess is Cookie herself. And you know what? This is a little bit funny to me. But in the episode when they were at Club Leviticus and then her and Hakeem came through and did their whole little shutdown performance. Like, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, and this is for all my video game heads out here, but she looks like a black version of Zendaya with like the hair and just like the top and the pants. Listen, if they were to like change Zendaya's ethnic makeup and make her black, I would say to cast Taraji P. Henson, give her that same wig, that same hairstyle, and that same like get up and maybe modify it a little bit. Listen, Taraji could play Zendaya. With the way that she looked at the club, she can play Zendaya. But anyway, that's for all my video game heads out there. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, pretty much he was just saying that, oh yeah, all will be forgiven, blah, blah, blah. And, Cookie just let him know that I'm going to always eat without you. And Anika, she was talking with Lucius during this episode. And she was, like, Lucius is pretty much, my thing is, I feel like that Anika is going to betray them in a sense. I really do feel like she's going to betray them, Cookie and them. But then again, maybe she might not betray them, but I don't know. Because again, she did screw Hakeem and, I just don't know. Because apparently she's unemployed, so, she got fired or quit from Empire or whatever. And she's working with Cookie, but then Cookie don't want her around. But then, it's kind of like she realizes, oh, we can just use Cookie to our advantage. While that may be the case, oh shit. While that may be the case, pause because I'm checking out something. Sorry about that, y'all. Taking care of some business. Just taking care of some business. Y'all can wait. No, motherfucker, not that. Oh, God. Taking care of something, y'all. Y'all can wait. No, I'm just fucking with y'all. That can actually wait. But anyway, yeah, so Anika, I just really feel like she's going to betray them. It's kind of inevitable. So, see, and that's another thing, like with the script for this season, I can kind of see some stuff being kind of predictable, and that's another video for after this. I was gonna say for another time, but that's another video for after this review. So anyway, what else happened? Because again, I'm really like trying to skip around a little bit because it's just like yeah. So anyway, Frida, Frank Adler's daughter, she comes into play because again, remember how Lucius wanted to hire her and not hire her. Whoops. He wants to sign her to Empire, but really he wants to revive a defunct record label called Gutter Records and have her as the first artist off of that defunct slash revived label. But the only problem is that when her and her crew, her boys had came to the office, Lucius wasn't there. He was having the meeting with Andre. So what ended up happening was Jamal and Becky were trying to talk to her, but you know she wasn't trying to hear that. And then her people, of course, them niggas can't read. Let's just be honest, like they were just there just to be, you know, atmosphere, just to be background. Like, child, I don't know. Anyway, listen. Long story short, I like this episode. It was good. I don't really know what to say because I don't know, y'all. Like, listen, I just feel like with Empire, they just need to do better. I feel like they need to tone it down. This is just a side note. They need to tone it down with all the celebrity guest stars because at this point, when you rely on these celebrity guest stars to push your show and boost ratings, what you're really doing is killing your own show. And I said I was going to save this for another video, but I might as well mention it in this because this is about Empire. So last week, their ratings were at 13.7 million. That's how many people tuned in last week. This past week, 13.1. So they are down another 6 million. My thing is, even though people are still tuning in, it just seems like, you know, Lee Daniels is killing the show himself. It's like, you know, you're putting all these celebrity guest stars in it for what exactly? For what reason? Like, I feel like you really don't have any more faith in your own show, something that you and Danny Strong created or whatever the case is. I just feel like, I don't know, man. It's just like the show is good, but it's just like this season I feel like everything is sort of just all over the place. And to be honest with y'all, when I made that video about the stuff that Lee Daniels had said when being interviewed about season 2, he said that it would be less opulence, you know, less riches and fame and all that stuff, and there would be more background story. We are on episode 3, and we still are like, you know, the only time, like, listen, the only background stories that we get are like damn near towards the end. I mean, like, again, for real, to be honest with y'all, the only guest star who I really like because she fits in with the story is Kelly Rowland because she plays Lucius's mother. She fits in with the story. So, of course, you know, I like that. But everybody else, the Ludacris and the... Who else? Ludacris and the Al Sharpton and Miss Lormer, just like doing too damn much. Like, you're overstuffing it with people... Like, you know, for what reason? Just a little 2-second cameo here and there. Anyway, what was I saying though? Let me look back at my notes. I said I was all over the place, but let me look back. Oh yeah, pretty much, yeah, all this stuff. Yeah, talks to the producers, Frida and all that stuff. Oh yeah, speaking of Frida, so when they were at, I don't know whose house or who apartment that they were at, but Thirsty Jamal and Lucius were at somebody's house, one of the three of them, their house, and they were looking at one of Frida's videos on the laptop, and pretty much Lucius was just again explaining to Jamal why he needs her and all this stuff. And you know, Thirsty, he knows the location of where the video was shot at, and it was like in some bad neighborhood. And so when they had went there, they had pretty much it was in the middle of a rap battle, and she was rap battling this big fat dude. And he ended up mentioning how her father got killed in prison. Now, she's very sensitive when it comes to that because, to me, I feel like she does not know, as of yet, she does not know that Lucius has something to do with her father's death. But I feel like down the line, she will find out and that she will try to kill Lucius. So, and speaking of Lucius, because during this whole altercation, he tried to talk some sense into her, but her and her boys, they hightailed it out there and they fucking ran for their life. So, of course, Lucius and Thirsty get the hell up out of there, but then they end up bumping into Roxanne, who's just like, oh, I'm going to bring up all these charges against you. And then she's talking about how we have Vernon. Nobody has Vernon. You know who has Vernon? The ground that he is buried in, thanks to Andre and Rhonda. So, you know, the only person or thing that has Vernon, that because y'all have Vernon, is the ground that he's laid in. And to be honest with y'all, I cannot wait to see that flashback because they hinted at it in the first episode when Andre was having the nightmares. But I'm wondering if they're going to do some more flashbacks about that night that they had buried Vernon and Vernon's body. So let's see, what else happened? Oh yeah, so with Club Leviticus, which is what they were setting up for earlier when Anika had came through, it's a pretty much welcome home party for Lucius, and you got another guest star, you got Pitbull and Jamal. They're performing a song, a duet called No Doubt About It. It's like a party anthem song, blah blah blah, don't really give a fuck. But anyway, yeah, they're performing when all of a sudden Cookie and Hakeem come and shut the place down, and pretty much, he performs his new song. And shouts out to Timbaland for coming through. See, with him, I actually like his cameo is okay because he didn't overdo it. Where I feel like everybody else, aside from Kelly Rowland and Timbaland, everybody else I feel like overdoes their part a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So they came through and he pretty much dropped the ultimate diss record of 2015. So he pretty much did a back-to-back part 2 in a sense. And he just pretty much, he threw shots at Lucius, he threw shots at Jamal, he threw shots at Empire, and it is what it is. Now, towards the end of the performance, all of a sudden, Lucius and Hakeem's bodyguards started getting into a fight. And then Cookie and Hakeem hightailed it out of there. And before she made it out there, she was talking briefly to Pitbull about doing some type of business merger or whatever, then she got the hell up out of there. Then, of course, the next day after that performance, Lion Dynasty, their phones was blowing up, they was off the hook. And then, Cookie was pretty much talking with Sway again. And, yeah, that was that. And then, let's see, Andre talks to Hakeem, then talks to... Yeah, so Andre is talking to Hakeem first about, like, how he likes what he's doing with the girl group. And then he ends up talking to Cookie because Cookie is just like, oh, I really want you to come back here because this company is what I was trying to do. This is for y'all, really. But at this point, it really feels like Cookie needs to stop trying to put them first because... They weren't, well, Hakeem was a baby at the time when she was arrested. But Andre wasn't really trying to put her first. Lucius damn sure wasn't trying to put her first. Jamal was in her corner last season, but then he turned around and... Yeah, he turned around and then pretty much, he turned trick on his own mother. So it's just like, I just hate how the story is so... I just hate how the story is so involved with always knocking Cookie down. It's like in every episode, she just cannot win. Even if it's just for one episode, she cannot win. Which I mentioned earlier, how, like, Lucius practically blackballed them off the radio stations. So it's like, and then on top of that, he snatched Valentina up. So it's like, something told me her dumb ass was going to switch over and go to Empire anyway. Which leads me to ask, did Cookie even have those girls signed on a contract? Because if she didn't, then that's pretty much how he was able to snatch her up. And that's another thing. It's like when it comes to paperwork, you have to, it's like, damn, I bit my jaw. Shit. Well, anyway, it's like with paperwork, you have to make sure paperwork is in line and paperwork is there because a contract is a legal binding document. But that's not, it's like really this episode, and it's just like the shit is getting too damn predictable at this point. Really, y'all. It's like I like this show and I'm going to keep reviewing it, but the shit is getting so damn predictable. It's getting fucking ridiculous. But you know what, y'all? Listen, that is all I got for now. But oh, also speaking of which, during when Andre was talking to Cookie, he let her know that, him and Rhonda are pregnant. They're expecting a child, and I believe it's going to be a son. And I don't know how they knew it's going to be a boy, but that's what they're going with. And so Cookie told him to use that against Lucius, and he tried that, but Lucius already knew what was up. He knows that Andre is still trying to come after Empire. He knows Cookie is somewhat still trying to come after Empire. Hakeem is trying to come after Empire. He knows that, so he's already hip to what they're trying to do. He's already hip to their shit. So basically what ends up happening is, hold on, give me some candy right quick. So basically what ended up happening is, during that whole little talk with Lucius and Andre, he has a flashback of the time that his mother had, like, just went out on a shopping spree, and it was like I think a month or 2 months before his birthday, she went out on this mad shopping spree and bought him all these types of gifts. Like, it was like spontaneous. And then she ended up all of a sudden being sad and down and just like zoned out, like she wasn't even there anymore. and she basically spent up all of their money, including grocery money. So it's like, damn, you pretty much was trying to starve Lucius out. Like, damn, like, it's fucking crazy. She practically was trying to starve him out. So, just, damn. But, yeah, so he just has a flashback. It's like every time he comes into contact with Andre, he has a flashback of his mother, because he also mentioned, aren't you afraid of the child having bipolar disorder as well? And he was like, no, the child won't have it. My question is, Andre, how do you know that the child won't have it? Did you already talk to the doctor? What are the statistics? What's the outcome? Is it like 50-50? Is it 30-40? Is it 80-20? Like, what are the outcomes that the child won't have it? You know what I'm saying? Is it 70-30? What is it? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the child may have it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, okay, it skipped Lucius, it went to Andre, it may go to Andre's child, and if it does skip his child, it'll go to Andre's grandchild. So it's like, I'm just saying. But that's all I really got for now, because this episode, it was okay, it was cute, it was cute, I liked it, but I just feel like I'm slowly but surely a little bit over it with Empire. So that's all I got for now. I hope that you all enjoy it. I apologize for the delay again. So many damn shows came on this past week. It was fucking ridiculous. I really could not keep up. But that is all I have for now. And I will see you guys later. Peace, love, and happiness, everybody. So I apologize again. Y'all know I am much better than that. But I'm much better than this. But I'm just really... I'm really tired, y'all. Just so tired. The life of a director is not an easy one. So, yeah. But I will see y'all later.